What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Connecting with Creators. Here with my guest, Aidan Eubanks. How we doing?
What up? I'm doing good. How you doing?
Pretty good, man. It's good to have you on.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
So, off the bat, this is Connecting with Creators. How about you tell everybody what you do creatively?
Okay. So I'm currently a Findlay High School coach, strength coach. But also, I kind of I was sitting there one day and I was just like, man, I want to do strength training and everything.
Yeah.
But I want to do something for myself too. You know what I mean? So I asked Coach Adam, I was like, hey man, could I take over your social medias? Could I, make your graphics? Could I do this? Can I do that? And he said, yeah, dude, I'm all in for it. I need someone to do it.
Yeah.
And that's like one of our sayings is all in.
All in.
So, that's where I kind of figured out, like, I wanted to get into social media, like doing social media, taking pictures, making graphics, making video and things in that nature. So that's kind of what I do creatively.
For sure. I love it. And honestly, I like that you took the initiative and like, you know what? I'll do this. Never just talked about pay, never talked about compensation. You just wanted to put out content. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's a sign of a truly passionate creator, for sure. And it's funny that I'm just now getting you on Connecting with Creators because you were actually, I thought about it today when I was driving home. You were actually the first person who I invited into my apartment. Low key. The day I came in here, I hit you up like, yo, are you in town? I got some stuff. If you got me moving in. You were the first person to step in here besides me.
Yep. No worries, man.
I was like, man.
My boy Trey called and I was like, all right, I got to help him out.
Pull it up. So you talked about being a Findlay High School strength coach. Mm-hmm. You're also a football player. You're also a full-time student. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about that balance between school, your personal life, content, and then also you play sports.
Yep. Yeah, man. It sucks sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think you know that. I think, we all know that. It sucks, I don't mean to get so sad.
No, you're good. You're good.
It's a lot, sometimes when, you got football practice.
Yeah.
And you got homework and then you got to think about a job and then you want to think creatively at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like, dang, man, like this is a lot, But I think just this past few years, I've really dialed in a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I figured out how to, work with it a little bit better. But yeah, man, it's tough sometimes.
Yeah, it takes time to achieve that balance. I would definitely say your freshman year back in 2020, that was like my first full year at Findlay because I was a transfer. Mm-hmm. And that fall ball, I was so locked into like playbook, school, taking anatomy. Learning a playbook as a QB is crazy. Mm-hmm. And then also I had literally just started my YouTube channel and I was just having fun with it at that point, like just like putting out stuff. So it was like kind of like becoming more and more of a passion to like after that winter break, I was more content than anything. Like it was like study, school, after practice. So obviously you already know the schedule, but I'm gonna break it down for people watching. That spring 2021, we were in season. So the schedule was 7 a.m. meetings. Had to get in a lift between 8 a.m. to like 1:30 p.m. Classes all day from like 9 o'clock to like about 2 o'clock. Practice from about 3:30 to about 6:30, 7 o'clock sometimes. Gotta hurry up and get back to the locker room, hurry up and get to Hendo, the dining hall, get our food in, because that thing would close about like 8 o'clock. Then right after that, I got to study for about at least 2 to 3 hours to pass my classes. And then that's when the magic happened with YouTube. I got to grind out as much stuff as I can, whether it's filming, whether it's editing or uploading. And that kind of became a bigger, more of a priority in my life than football. And it kind of felt like I was like wasting time for like 3 hours a day. Not really wasting time, but like I just be thinking while I'm at practice, like I wasn't always getting like reps. So I was like, man, I could be spending this time filming, editing, brainstorming. Yeah. So it's one of those things that like with balance, you'll kind of form everything out. Mm-hmm. But throughout life, you're going to become like more prioritized on certain things. Definitely. For sure. So, and we talked about transitioning from this and from that. You actually are from Findlay, Ohio.
Yep.
You're from Findlay, Ohio. Yep. Born and raised, right?
Born and raised.
Born and raised, and you went to college here. So was being right down the road, did that make it more of an easier transition, or was it harder?
Ooh, that's a good question. I really like that question. You know, I think money-wise, it was a lot easier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was harder at the same time, you know?
Yeah.
You know, when you move out and you're finally, like, out on college and you're, you know...
You didn't have that.
You're on your own, you know? And you're on your own. Like, I didn't have that. I was with my family for, like, the first 2 years because I was like, I want to save some money and I want to do this and I want to do that.
Solid decision.
You know what I mean? And I loved it, but, like, you know, you gotta eventually learn how to live on your own. You know what I mean?
I would say there's definitely some advantages for that because out of high school, I had about 12 acceptances, had about 8 scholarships, but no full rides. Yeah. And I knew, like, mentally, like, I could do school, but, like, from a maturity standpoint, I wasn't there. Like, I was still in high school doing homework the day of, studying the day of, like, just messing around. Yep. I knew it would be better for me to go to community college first. I went to community college for 2 years. Stayed at home, worked at Chipotle, worked at the Brown Stadium, like saved up money, things like that. Then I finally went off. Yeah, that was my second job. I did field security at the Brown Stadium.
Really?
I was actually on the field when we won our first game in almost 2 years against the Jets. When Baker Mayfield came in, and they thought that man was finna be like the white LeBron of Cleveland. It was like in the moment it felt like that because like that was our first win in so long. When I tell you that this was a Thursday night game, mind you, Thursday night, the 2017 season, 2018 season against the New York Jets, Thursday night game. Tyrod went out, Baker came in, you know, he did his thing. We won the game, and people did not want to leave, like because they had like Thursday night football, so they was like interviewing Baker after the game and everything. People did not want to leave. Like, my manager was telling people, like, we won one game, not a Super Bowl. I need to go home. Yeah. I had class the next day. I'm like, can y'all go home, please? But it was a pretty cool experience, man.
For sure. That
sounds like a cool experience. It was a pretty sweet experience. Speaking of experiences, even if I didn't know you, if I just followed you on Instagram, I know 3 things about you already. 1, you love to travel. You love going on vacations. I see, like, you went, like, Siesta Key or something like that before, right?
Yep, Siesta Key.
Siesta Key. Love going to restaurants, man. Y'all be grubbing it up, man. Yep. And also, you like some concerts. I've seen y'all done went to a couple concerts.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So my question for you, one has to go: concerts, going out to eat, restaurants, or going on vacation. Which one has to go?
Dude, I think it's definitely. I'm already living it. I'm going to say not going out to restaurants.
Yeah.
Because your boy's broke right now.
It gets expensive, man. It gets expensive.
It's fun for a while. You know, you saw us, you know, posting and going to the restaurants all the time, but not no more, man. I'm broke as hell. I got to grind. Right
honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. There's, for me, nothing like going to restaurants is pretty cool, but it's not as satisfying as like you thought about what you wanted to cook. And then you prepare, you make it, you got your own vibes going, got the music and everything. And then that food get done. And then I'm at home. I don't have to tip nobody. Yep. I don't have to wait. I can like put on a movie or whatever. It's a vibe, man.
For sure, bro. I'm a griller.
Man,
100%.
I'm supposed to be getting a grill sometime this summer. You know we throwing down.
Let's go, man.
You know we throwing
charcoal
down.
All right, question for you.
I got the
charcoal or gas?
Charcoal or gas. Honestly, oh man, that's a pretty good question, but I might have to go charcoal just because like the nostalgia of it. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, you know what I'm saying? My mom used to grill for like Labor Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July, all that stuff. And my dad, this dude is crazy. This dude used to like, I would never forget. I was like maybe like 7 or 8. Bro like was outside grilling during a snowstorm. It was crazy.
On a charcoal?
Yes.
No way.
Yes. Yeah, like obviously he like clothes and everything, but like it was like I'm like that is crazy. Like bro was, and that made me think like I want to do that one day just to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just to do it for sure.
That's where the gas comes in though.
Yeah, you know for sure.
The charcoal in the snow, that's crazy.
So this summer I'm not gonna be getting a grill, but I'm gonna be getting a griddle. And for me, because I've worked with grills and everything. I've never worked with an outdoor griddle. So that's gonna be that's gonna be interesting. Yeah, the little black top. Yep. So that's gonna be interesting. So I can't wait to see what I can do with that.
Definitely.
So, like I said, like you said, you like to travel. You've been to a couple of different places. What is your favorite place that you've been to?
My favorite place I've been to. So I've been places, you know, but not like a crazy amount. But I really like Tennessee a lot.
Tennessee.
Yeah, man. I'm into like zip lining. I'm into like hiking.
The mountains and everything.
I'm into all that kind of vibe. You know what I mean? So I think Tennessee definitely. We're here soon. We're going to Nashville.
Nashville.
For a day.
Yeah.
We're supposed to go see Drake and 21 Savage that day.
Okay.
But they got canceled.
And then you got to I seen that.
Yeah, which kind of sucked. But
it's not fun.
I'm about to make a sweet video with that.
Nice.
Sure. But yeah, cool vacation video because for sure I like.
Yeah. I've been out to Tennessee once. It was a part of a summer football camp tour. We went to like over like 10 different states. So every night was just like we didn't really get to spend a whole day in the city. And we were just going to camp, so I didn't really get to experience that much. But we went to this Tennessee state camp. We stayed in Nashville. It was pretty cool, but funny story. A lot of the hotels we stayed at were nicer hotels, and got to balance out. So some of them weren't as nice hotels. So we stayed at a motel in Tennessee, and when we got off the team bus, there was a homie on it, like just sitting on his pickup truck.
Yeah.
Full Confederate flag on the for the license plates and everything. Yeah. Bro had the 12 gauge, man. Just sitting there just chilling. Like he didn't say nothing. Real? He was just sitting there chilling. And I was like, what the heck? So we get into our hotel rooms. We're across the street from an Arby's, right? Yeah. And back then, this was 2016. Arby's had these little sliders, these little dollar sliders. Ooh, okay. You can get like the little buffalo chicken.
Yeah, the chicken ones were good.
You can get the little pulled pork if you went to that. I was like, man.
Arby's is underrated.
I was like, and we were getting tired of eating those little $5 hot and ready pizzas every day. So I'm like, man, I got $5 in my pocket right now. Y'all trying to slide? We can all go. And we was like, you know, because we was told to stay in our room, blah, blah, blah. And we was like, F that, man, we hungry. So we all went out. It was like 4 of us to a room. So all 4 of us went out. We going down the stairs. And then as soon as I get down to the bottom of the stairs, I just see bro with the shotgun. And I'm like, dude, you know what?
Like waiting for you guys?
That's the thing. He didn't say anything. Like he was just sitting there. Man. He was just sitting there. I don't know what type of timing he was on, but I wasn't trying to find out. No. I'm like, yeah, I'm not that hungry. Let's go back up. We cool.
Today at work, I saw this dude with a Confederate flag license plate. I'm like, all right, dude, like,
that's always funny to me. It's always funny to me because every time I see like a Confederate flag, if I'm driving or I'm walking, I make sure I make eye contact with the person. And every single time, I've always gotten one or of 2 reactions. First reaction is like they kind of look like slightly like intimidated or like embarrassed or whatever because it's like I'm looking at them like, yeah, I know. And the second one, they like, yeah, I said it. Yeah. And that's always the funniest one. They always like, yeah, I said it.
Hell no.
It's like it's like a little unspoken like you already know what it is.
Those people are so delusional.
Man, it's crazy. But you said it yourself in the beginning, like you're very passionate about creating. You're a creator. What is the most fulfilling part of being a content creator to you?
Ooh, man, that's a good question because I've really been exploring that lately, you know? I just think, honestly, editing.
Okay.
Bro, I love editing.
Yeah?
It's so much fun, dude. Whenever I get some music that I'm liking, some music I've been listening to in the car, you know, or something like that, something I think would be sweet with like a workout video or like, you know, like a training video. I'm like, man, how can I tie that up into like a video? You know what I mean? And I think I think at this point in my life right now, I'm really obsessed with like learning everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Everything about video, everything about, you know, photography, everything about graphic design, all of those 3 aspects I really like enjoy doing, and social media as well.
Yeah.
I think that having all 4 of those is like really important. But yeah, editing is definitely something I'm in love with right now for sure.
So one thing that like I kind of figured out by myself so early into this summer, last week I decided I was like, you know what? So I heard a quote that was basically like, if you put in an hour's worth of work a day into some type of skill, in a year you'll be so much better. So I'm like, all right, what if I put in 2 hours? And then I started doing the math. I'm like, all right, we already almost 6 months into the year. Tomorrow's June 1st, so we're pretty much 6 months into the year. And I was like, all right, so I got to do a lot of catch up to get to that 730 hours. So I've been coming into the studio trying to put in like at least like 4 to 5 hours worth of work in a day. And since I'm doing that, I'm working myself ahead instead of like being behind and just like rushing edits. So now that I'm not rushing the edits, I've been learning so much stuff, transitions, been learning different gradients, different this, different that. And like that process is really fulfilling because once you got to add something to a video that you've never done before, you love it, you know?
Exactly.
You love it. I remember when I first started editing on iMovie, just learning like how to add music in and adding in like effects and stuff like that. Like that was fun. To like, then I started doing DaVinci Resolve and like that got me up to like that next level. Then I ended up transitioning to Premiere Pro. And then Premiere Pro ended up getting me even to like an even higher level. It took more time to learn, but it was like more fulfilling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. That's sweet. So I'm on the other side. Like I went from Premiere Pro to DaVinci.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I really like making. You know, I'm still getting there. Like I'm not where I want to be yet. You know, obviously like.
And then you only just getting started.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm just getting started. You know what I mean? And I got things in the works. You know, I was talking with a client today, just before I came here. And I'm excited about that, but yeah, I'm still working, but yeah, I went from DaVinci. I went from Premiere Pro to DaVinci. So yeah.
One thing that I learned throughout this process that really had me like rethinking a lot of things, I used to always say, I want to master this, I want to master that, and then like I started to think like, is mastery even a thing? Because then I started thinking like, no matter what you do, there's always something that you can improve on, like whether it's being a good person or being an editor, being a football player, being a student, like there's always something that you can tweak. Even if it doesn't overall make you better, it might make you better in this aspect or this aspect. And like I'm a car guy, so I relate that to cars. You tweak something, it might not make your car faster, but it might make the handling better. It might make it might make acceleration better. You might have more power. You might have an even better sound. And I apply that to myself. Like, how can I become the best, well-rounded person and everything? Because I don't just want to be, I never wanted to be like better than this person or like the best person, because that's so limiting. Because if you're the best football player on your team, that means you're just better than everybody else, but that doesn't mean that you're the best that you can be. And that's how I look at it. Like I used to think that, all right, I'm a master this, I'm a master that, but I'm starting to think that the term of mastery is such like a limiting thing, because you can always get better.
100%. And that's what I love about editing. You know? It's a never end cycle of, oh, what could I do here that's different from the last time?
Something you can always do. And Mr. B said that, like he said, like, what can you do to make your last video, you make your next video a little bit better than your last, and just fix something and make something better every single video. So that was like what like got in my head. And the more I think about improving, the more I think about how I have improved in things, like what led me to that. So my next question for you is, have there ever been any moment in your life, whether it's for sport, school, life, whatever, that you ever thought like, maybe I can't do this?
I think definitely, it's a good question. I think one thing that brought me to that point where I think I couldn't do it, is nothing.
Nothing.
You know, I'm not afraid to know what I'm not. I know what I'm good at, and I know what I'm bad at, you know. And I'm tired of living that life of thinking, you know, oh, I'm just not good enough, you know. Instead of thinking of it in that way, I like to think of it as, you know, that's just not what I'm good at. You know, I'm gonna do what I'm good at, and that's what I'm starting to figure out. And so it's a good question, but like I'm starting to rethink that question now.
I like that. One of the last people that I interviewed was sitting right over there, Hollywood Sav, and one of his songs, he said, I know everything that I don't know. And like that really stuck with me, because like just knowing yourself gets you so much further, man. Like knowing, all right, I'm not the best person at this, but I'm good at this. So how can I strengthen my strengths, and then how can I get even better, turn my weaknesses into my strengths.
100%.
And I like your answer that you said you're not afraid to just like dive into things. Like I've been a person for like the last few years, like I'm not afraid to fail because like what is failure?
Exactly.
Like failure is like you just trying your hardest and the results don't come. But like
it's the same thing as mastery.
Yeah.
You know, there's always things that you can change. There's always things that you can get better on.
Exactly.
Same thing.
I've always been a person like I've learned more from my failures and my success because if you succeed and you win,
Yep.
you might get away with things. It might be things like, okay, I didn't do this the best, but I got by. But when you lose, you got to address everything.
Yep.
And that's what I love about it. That's why everything is all about balance.
Yep. 100%.
Everything's all about balance.
I want to say one thing. Like,
Yeah.
I love that we were texting the other day, and I love that you found your niche, man.
Yeah, you said that.
Dude,
you said that.
I'm so happy because like, I love the motivational. Like, I love the motivational videos, and I love all that stuff. But like, cars, man, that's your thing, man.
Yeah, you
and
can
I
like
love that. Like, that's cool.
You know, it's crazy. I literally was just gonna make a video for fun because I saw my homie Jeremiah, and he's always making like anime videos and everything, right? And that's what he's passionate about. And like I saw like the look in his eyes, he was like so passionate about it. And I'm like, I love talking about cars. I literally just made a video talking about cars just for fun, literally just for fun, and it got like a lot of like feedback. It got a lot of clicks and everything. And I was like, I'm gonna keep on making car content. I've been making a lot more car content.
There's an audience for that, man.
And now, the car community is big today. Yesterday I made a video I posted a video. It's low-key been blowing up for like my standards or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, man, they let me hear about it. Like I've heard the good, the bad, the ugly, and like. The car community is obviously it's very toxic, but it's toxic in a good way because like people are so passionate about like their favorite cars and everything. They're like even like in like I made a One Gotta Go video and like I'd never said nothing negative because like all the cars they don't even know. All the cars in like the One Gotta Go that was mentioned are all like my top 20 favorite cars. But like one gotta go, you know what I'm saying? So like I wouldn't say nothing negative. I was like, well, this one gotta go. But people are so passionate. They're like, man, this guy's an idiot, bro. And it's like obviously
that's what you want too, man.
Yeah, that's what I want. But like I understand it. Like obviously I know like none of these people gonna like actually say this stuff to my face. Like I'm not pressed about it. But like I understand because like some of these people like cars changed their lives. Like some of these people were like probably like getting like bullied in school or something. They go home and they're working on like their dad's car, and that brings them like that's like their space, you know.
So it's country people, man.
Yeah,
those people that live out in the country, they got nothing else to do.
All they do, all they do, man,
mess with the cars.
And then for me, it was kind of like I was around it as an early age. My father, he has a 1972 Grand Prix.
Oof.
And that's one of the cars that I said gotta go on the video. They didn't like that. But so I grew up, I was originally like a muscle car fan, right?
Yeah.
But then around the age of 2, this movie came out called Fast and Furious. And the original was probably one of the greatest movies I ever seen. And I saw that orange car, the Mark IV Supra, and that made me like love cars. Then I became like a JDM fan, you know what I'm saying? They've been calling me a JDM fanboy online, and they're not wrong, you know what I'm saying? I love them. But I have like a healthy respect for all types of cars. Yeah. For my thing that I like to say, it's a form of art to me. Like it's an art form. Everybody has different builds, whether it's for performance, whether it's for that sound, aesthetic, or just like whatever you like. It's an art form. Another art form. You got poetry, you got music, you got writing, you got books. If your life was a book, what would this chapter in your life be called?
Ooh, man. Work. I'm working, man. That's what I'm doing, man. That's plain and simple, man. I'm out here. I'm trying to get my name out there. You know, my audience is mainly like in town, you know. I'm trying to attract people from I'm trying to attract people from like in town and trying to make my business off in town. But definitely work. That's definitely what I would work.
I like that. Yeah, honestly,
what's your favorite Fast and the Furious?
My favorite Fast and the Furious movie?
Yeah.
Man, it's a toss-up between, because I truly feel like the best movie was Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo Drift.
In terms of racing, it's the best
100%.
movie. But the original, that nostalgia, bro. Like, as a when you watching that movie for the first time, who didn't want to be Brian O'Connor, man? He's like the coolest dude, man.
Right? Yeah,
bro
dude.
was so cool.
Definitely,
Man, I love that dude, man.
Tokyo
I love that
Drift,
dude.
100%.
But Tokyo Drift was like what? Like it was like real drifting. They were drifting and
For
and like
real?
one of the
It was
most
real
popular.
drifting?
Yeah, it was. They was drifting in one of the most popular like drift mountains in Japan. And you remember the scene where it's like those two fishermen who were fishing, and they were like, "That guy can't drift."
Yep.
Those two guys, it was like an Easter egg. They're like iconic drifters from like the '80s.
Dude, there's so much car stuff that goes into
Yeah,
those movies. I had no idea.
It's so iconic.
Yeah.
There's one thing about Fast and the Furious. They do put like a little few Easter eggs into each movie. Even like
Sweet.
now, like
Yeah.
me and Jeremiah last week we went to see Fast X,
Yeah.
and I didn't even know it until afterwards. There was a scene. It was just like a flight attendant, and that flight attendant was Paul Walker's daughter. She was like in the movie for like a good little 30 seconds. She said she wanted like a little short scene, something humble,
sweet.
because that's what her dad would have wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, that's awesome, man. I love movies that do that.
Yeah, I love
That's
it.
what I love about Marvel, and I just all those little Easter eggs. Here
Easter
and there,
eggs, you
all
got a
there.
piece of-
Oh, I love it.
Man, the best thing about going to see the movies, besides talking about it with your friends on the car ride home, is going home, getting on your computer, looking up like I watch like it's like Screen Rush and New Rock Stars. They give me hip to everything I didn't notice.
Bro, how long you been like watching New Rock Stars and all that?
Man, like I've been watching them since Spider-Man No Way Home.
Dude, best channel ever for movies,
I was
dude.
like, wait, that's what that means? I was like, I didn't even notice.
That's so funny you bring that up because like I love watching.
He
those
catches
guys, man.
everything, even from
Such
the
a Star Wars
trailers.
nerd, such a Marvel nerd. I love all of that, man. I love that you brought that up because
Okay,
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
within the last few months,
Yeah.
I finally did it. I finally watched not all of the movies, but I watched the original movies and the prequel of Star Wars.
Oh my god,
I loved it.
I'm so glad you watched it.
I loved it. And I finally watched it. I'm like, bro, this is freaking beautiful, man. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking.
Yep.
Bro. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I still want Jeremiah to watch it. But like,
Yeah.
bro, Order 66 broke my freaking heart, bro.
Dude, have you started watching the TV shows yet?
Yeah, so I'm watching Bad Batch.
Okay.
I know I've heard Clone Wars is like the greatest show ever, but there's so many seasons, bro.
Yeah,
but it's
dude.
gonna be worth it. Like I'm gonna have to piece it together a little bit.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't get crazy into like the animated type stuff.
Yeah.
But like,
But like I watched Obi-Wan and I liked it. Like
yeah.
I guess people been hating on it, but I liked it.
I love it.
I like movies and like shows that like, for example, one of my actual movies that like really made that stand out to me was Iron Man 3.
3.
Because-
That was the one you liked the most?
No,
Iron
not
Man?
the one I like the most, but like in terms of like bringing everything together.
Okay.
Because it was after the battle in New York, right?
Correct.
And it showed real life situations because
Yeah,
Tony
dude.
had PTSD.
Yep.
And I'm like, normally movies like they don't even address the stuff that happened in like the first movie or the second
100%.
movie.
Yep.
This one, bro, had like legitimate PTSD. Like it was an after effect of what happened in New York.
And that's exactly from the comics
Yeah.
to like live action. That's
Yeah.
that's the exact difference of what like a live action movie is.
Yeah.
You actually live what they live after they experience
Exactly.
it.
Exactly.
And it's super cool that, you know, and that's what I love about it. That's why I'm such a nerd about it. 'Cause, like,
Obi-Wan, I love that show so much because like that was like such like authentic emotion. Like
Yep.
he really,
yeah, dude.
because that was his little brother.
That work scene, like
Yeah.
when he's sitting there like cutting up the meat
Yeah.
and stuff, and then he goes back, he goes home, goes
like-
back to his place,
Yeah.
goes back to work, and then he goes home, dude.
Same, yeah.
Man, dude, that shit, that just like
To see where he came from,
Yeah.
To like, and he did that to himself. Like he's just punishing himself because like he just feels guilt is such a thing. Like all types of guilt, survivor's guilt of like, oh, maybe I should have said this to this person. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. It's such a real thing,
So real.
and I think Obi-Wan portrayed that like very well.
Yep.
Very well. That was a great show.
Yep.
Now we done start talking about obviously
Mandalorian.
shows and movies and everything.
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian, I haven't watched Mandalorian yet. I'm gonna tap in though. I heard it's great.
How are you with like outlaw type movies?
I like stuff like that.
Okay, cool.
Like I like stuff where like people, like the main characters, they're like on the run.
Yeah.
Like everything's on the fly.
Dude, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's literally he's basically trying to figure out what he wants to do. But yeah, definitely like with the Mandalorian, I think that it's a quest. Like he's literally figuring out what he wants to do with his life. Like he's thinking.
That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he does the whole entire time. And I won't spoil a whole bunch of it for you, but like then he figures out that, you know, he wants to be a dad. And I love that. I like that. I love when guys figure out, you know, in their life, like, I want to be a dad. And that's what I won't spoil too much more for you, but that's definitely like my favorite part about it.
Do you want to be a dad, Aidan?
Man, I want some kids, man.
Man, for real, like, no, like, I always thought I was like one of like the only dudes who thought about like like having a family and stuff. Like, all right, I've always thought that, I want to have like 3 boys, 1 girl, this and the other, but like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a girl dad at heart.
For real?
Like, I got a little sister, man, spoiled her to death. Got a goddaughter, done spoiled her to death. 2 nieces, spoiled one to death. The other one is not even a year old yet. I done already like sent her like giraffes and stuff like that. Yep. She's all the way in Vancouver, Washington. But yeah, I see myself being, I want a boy, but I still see myself being like majority girl dad. Yeah. Yeah. We talked about how much you love content. Yeah. It sounds like we all love content, but it sounds like you can't really live without it. So what would you say are 3, besides your phone, 3 objects, 3 possessive things that you couldn't live without?
Besides my phone?
Yeah. That's a given. That's a given.
I guess now, like, my camera. Yeah. I can't live without my camera, but I'm gonna tie them together with my lens as well. So that's 1. Yeah. So my camera, my lens. Can't live without object. Then I'm gonna have to go with. I'm gonna have to go with my credit card. Yeah. I'd be hungry, man. I gotta go out and I gotta get some food. So I gotta have that. I'm gonna go with my car, since you're your car guy. I'm gonna go with my car too, because I like that. Gotta get around. I don't feel like walking everywhere. So I'm gonna go with my car.
I would say.
What about you?
For me, things that I can like take with me wherever I go. First and foremost, my laptop. Everything is better. Like, I feel like if you're a creator, everything feels better with your laptop. Like watching like Netflix or YouTube or something feels better on my laptop. Like I got this big old TV right here. I'd rather just sit in my room at my little small desk on my laptop and like watch like AMP while I like eat breakfast or something. Nice. 2, notebook. Need a notebook. Because I come up with so many ideas and like putting it in your phone doesn't feel as good as like writing it down. 100%. I swear.
Especially when you're a creator.
Yeah. And I feel like when you write things down, like you manifest them more, because like you literally writing it down, like you put an effort into that. And I don't know, it's just something psychologically that makes you have like a higher chance of accomplishing it, you know?
Definitely.
Obviously we can't say phone. I already said notebook.
But so you said phone, but what about your laptop? Is that the same thing?
Nah, because I feel like phone, you text and call and boom, boom. But like my laptop is like where I get like my most creativity. Like, cause I get so much work done, I edit. And I really use YouTube to like figure out like more stuff I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like
YouTube University all day.
Everything I started is YouTube, man. I learned how to change a tire on YouTube. I learned how to do all types of stuff just on YouTube. Like it's so crazy. 100%. So I already got 2. My third one at this point, I'm not gonna say my car. I'm gonna say things I can like take with me. You know what I mean? At this point, I would say I always need to have on deck some. What if I start really getting into that I started doing?
You be cooking all the time.
I be cooking, but I can't like bring like a plate with me everywhere I go. Let's see. What is something I always have with me pretty much at all time? Well, I have my wallet and everything. That's a good question. At this point, I like that you said credit card. Yeah. I'm gonna have to. Am I gonna steal your answer, or is there something better I can think of?
Go for it.
Honestly, nothing. I don't have it right now in my possession, but something I feel like is vitally important. I'm gonna say business cards. Business cards. There is nothing more like professional than a business card. Like you can use a business card for anything. Like just like, hey, here's my card, my number on it. You can give me a call. boom, boom, boom. Dude. I feel like that's so much like sharper. Even if I'm like talking to like a woman and like I don't even have to hit her with like what's your number. Yeah. I can hit her with the hey, here's my card, give me a call sometime. Yep. Now I'm the prize. Now
that's sweet, man. That's awesome.
Now I'm the prize.
I love that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm about to take that advice because I'm thinking about like filing my LLC for my business. I'm trying to start.
I had a potential client, and he was like, I was talking to him on the phone. He's like, yeah, make sure when I see you, you give me a business card. And I was like, shoot, I don't have a business card. So now my answer is definitely business cards. Yep. And speaking of business and where we want to be, we love our content, but we both hope to one day financially benefit from it. Yep. So when you're to the point where you're at where you want to be with your content, you're making money, this is your main source of income, and you got the money to spend a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Yep. What is your 4-car dream garage?
4-car dream garage?
4-car dream garage. I'll help you set it up. So you need a daily driver, obviously. Yep. Then you need like the sports car, you know what I'm saying? You're going for a nice 100%. Little, you need that. You need the family car. You want to be a family man. Okay. And then you also need like the little project car, maybe something that might be like a little older or something. You can like fix it up and like really make it yours. You know what I mean?
I mean, you know, you're more the car guy than I am. You know what I mean? So, you know, my answer's probably not gonna be as cool as your answer's gonna be.
It's all relative. That's the thing about it, man. It's all relative.
So my everyday user, I'm gonna go out of hate for this. It's the Nissan Altima, man. Hey, it's not nothing cool.
It's not nothing cool, but it gets you from point A to point B.
I go and I take photos and videos of cars right now, and I drove it today. Dude, it's a sweet ass car. Yeah. So that's me, my everyday user.
For sure.
And then I think my sports car that I'm gonna go with. I'm going with the Lambo, bro. Yeah. I want me a Lambo for sure.
Nice. Which one? Hey, any
you have to help me out, bro.
Any Lambo.
I don't know.
You can go Aventador.
Okay.
You can go Huracan.
What are you going with?
I will go with an Aventador SVJ.
All right, I'm going with that.
All right, bet.
All right.
Bet. Now we need the family. We need the family car.
The family car?
Yep. Something roomy.
So, you know, I'm a little country.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes. I'm going to give me a truck.
Nice.
4-door truck. Maybe like a Ford Raptor or something cool like that.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah, dude. That's my family car. I don't care.
That's lit.
I'm loading all my family in that.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm going to pick them up. You're getting in the baby seat right in the back.
It's space for sure. It's space for sure.
And then I can, you know, do my yard work and all that and all that type of stuff. And my project car.
Got one more. Yeah, project.
See, I'm not a crazy car guy, so I'm not really completely sure.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with like a Volkswagen van.
Okay.
I'm gonna make it sweet too.
That's nice.
I'm gonna like make it not like no Scooby-Doo bull crap, nothing like that. But like, just like make it cool so like I can travel in it.
Yeah.
That'd be like my project car.
Nah, that's lit. Yeah. You know something I saw on social media and I was like, it's not my thing, but I like it. People are like buying like school buses.
Yep.
And taking out all the seats and making it like. It's so cool.
Right? Wouldn't that be sweet?
Dude got like a washer and a dryer hookup. I'm like, bro, I don't even have it in my apartment.
Yeah. They make it look sweet, too.
They're like that. Like that. People are getting very creative out here.
Oh, yeah, dude. 100%.
Very creative.
My buddy the other day told me that this guy ripped off the top of a car.
Yeah.
Got firewood. Put it in it. This is some country ass shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me.
No, you good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cut the top off, put a bunch of freaking wood in it, and that's their fire pit, bro. That's some country ass shit, man.
That's country, all right. But that's creative. That's creative
too.
Yeah. So like y'all got like what y'all call like country and everything, and then we will have like we call it like hood creative. Like you just putting some crazy stuff together.
Let me know about it.
You just switching up, man. I done seen a dude take a filing cabinet, right?
Okay.
And use it as like a slow cooker. Like bro had like he had like the charcoal on one, right?
Yep.
And he had like the little vents. Then he had the fire on the one underneath.
Yep.
And the one above is where you put like the little chicken in. Dude. And you got everything slow cooking.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest, that's cool.
That's a good idea. I was like, bro.
All right, like I can get behind that.
Yeah, man, like I swear, like it's like the most creative people be people who just didn't have money to do stuff and they found out another way.
100%.
Found out another way. Just figure it out.
That's how I'm living right now, bro.
Just figure it out. I swear to God, just figure it out, and that's how you go.
And that's something I'm gonna go back to the kid thing.
Yeah.
That's one thing I'm glad I'm figuring out for myself right now. Because I was worried, I'm like, man, living on your own, like, it's a lot. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna lie. It's tough. It's that was like my first little dry run because I've been in my apartment for a year.
Yeah.
And it was tough at points and everything. And it just teach you like certain things that you can go without. You know what I'm saying? Certain things you can go without, you can live without. You gotta live below definitely learn how to live below your means. This 100%. Next year is also gonna be tough with me because, my rent got raised.
Damn.
Rent always gonna get raised. That's something you're gonna always have to deal with. Can't really do nothing about it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got like different bills I gotta pay now, like insurance on this, insurance on that. Then I'm gonna have to start paying, like one way or another, I'm gonna have to start paying off my student loan debt this year, that's something I gotta deal with, you know what I'm saying? But
I respect that greatly, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna be honest, my boy Trey here is a workhorse, man.
Nah, I try.
This guy never stops, man, and that's what I love so much about him, man. And yeah, man,
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
And honestly, like that's what connecting with creators is about. We're truly connecting because you may feel like you know somebody, you may actually know somebody, but then you see a different side of them when it comes to that creativity, and that brings out a spark within everybody. Everybody gets better from it, and with content, with creativity, it's enough out here for everybody. So there doesn't have to be any competition, and we all learn from each other, which is this is all about, man.
100%.
Aidan Eubanks, I appreciate you coming on, man. I look forward to seeing what you're gonna accomplish. I look forward to being there for some of that, and I really appreciate you coming on. And we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. But guys, remember, always get 1% better every single day. Peace.